Hi, I'm Joe Freeman of the Oregonian, and this is Mike Richman of the Oregonian, and it's post-game video time. No, we're bringing you a Trailblazers post-game video report. Trailblazers have just ended a 7-game losing streak with a 102-91 victory over the Los Angeles Clippers. Big storyline is the return of Lillard time. Finally, after losing so many games with poor fourth quarter play, or a bad break in the fourth quarter, or a crazy 30-foot one-legged shot at the buzzer in the fourth quarter. Something nuts. Yeah. The Blazers managed to win a game with a clutch fourth quarter performance. Obviously the biggest storyline tonight, Damian Lillard, did he finish with 27, right? 27 points and 7 assists. He had 11 in the fourth quarter. And over the final, I want to say it was like 4:29 of the game, he had 3 huge three-pointers, a clutch steal that resulted in a three-point play for the Blazers, a big charge drawn on a Blake Griffin drive, and 2 of the three-pointers were back-to-back threes. And the second one gave the Blazers a 93-87 lead, caused Doc Rivers to call a timeout. Moda Center went nuts, and as Damian walked back to the Blazers bench, he gave the old trademark Lillard time tap, and it was nice to see some clutch Blazers play tonight.
Yeah, after, I think Damian Lillard coming into the game was 6 for 20 from deep in the fourth quarters on the season. That's kind of out the window. 3 for 5 tonight from 3. None of his teammates in the locker room seemed at all surprised. CJ McCollum said, "I've seen Lillard do that before. I'll see him do it again." You know, this was a sort of a sigh of relief for maybe fans in the building, but the Blazers weren't really freaking out about it. The other big contributors tonight, Al-Farouq Aminu, Mason Plumlee, and Ed Davis all had double-doubles. Ed Davis, season high in points, season high in rebounds, 16 and 15, I believe
17 and 15.
17 and 15. He was really, really good, and he played down the stretch, which he hadn't really done at all this season. Afterwards, he said he's good at getting rebounds because he's tall.
Both true stories, both true statements. You know, generally speaking, it would make sense for fans to, wouldn't say panic, but be alarmed by the 7-game losing streak. Obviously, no one wants to lose 7 in a row. It's the longest since they lost 13 at the end of that tanking, when they tanked at the end of the 2012-13 season. It was a good move because they ended up getting CJ from that. But you know, what I saw from this team on the road trip that I just came back from was not a team that was worried or panicked or even really that upset. They remained positive. There was no finger pointing. And from my perspective, a lot of that has to do with the fact that they really played pretty well in stretches during those games. And this is a team that's predicted to finish among the worst teams in the NBA, but they're hanging with the Memphis Grizzlies on the road. Grizzlies needed a rebound tip-in, wild shot at the buzzer to win. They're within 3 points of the Spurs at San Antonio with 3 minutes left before a Manu Ginobili outburst won the game for the Spurs. And then it took an insane 30-foot, you know, heave by Corey Brewer and a crazy James Harden fourth quarter and overtime burst for the Blazers to lose at Houston. And Mike and I were talking pregame, you know, you look at the 76ers or you look at the Lakers right now and some of these other bottom feeder teams, they're getting rolled by teams. The Blazers are hanging tough, they're playing teams tough, and they're in a lot of winnable games. Some of these games, really it's a flip of the coin. A play here, a play there could have gone their way and they could have snuck away with a victory. So if the Blazers were getting rolled by 20 or 15 points routinely, I'd be a lot more worried. But we're seeing this team compete. We're seeing this team hang with some of the best teams in the league. And I think down the road, you will see the benefits of this manifest itself in games like tonight, where they will be able to pull out some of these squeakers.
Yeah, I mean, some of the games they've had some really poor defensive performances, a lot of bad turnovers down the stretch, but they've also just missed some shots they can make. Tonight, those shots went in, and that was kind of the difference. And when Damian Lillard plays well, they're going to have more success. I think that's fair, a fair guess.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, that's my thought.
What did he have to say in the locker room? Anything?
Damian Lillard was subdued. You know, he's not going to really celebrate. He did a celebrating right over here when he tapped his watch, and after that, he was kind of like, he talks about the collective effort and the good defense, and didn't want to put it on his shoulders because he felt like he'd already done that at the 3-minute mark in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. And it was nice to see from I can imagine from a Blazers fan perspective, the return of solid play from Lillard, because he had not been very good in fourth quarters, or at least very prolific in fourth quarters, but he also hadn't had a lot of help. And with 3 guys getting double-doubles, CJ scoring a lot early, he had 11 first quarter points en route to 18. it was back to seeing the Blazers get contributions from a lot of guys, and for them to win, that is going to have to be a hallmark, as we've talked about before. But 7-game streak, losing streak is over. Blazers will play at the Los Angeles Lakers on Sunday, another LA team, and then they're back for 2 games at home next week. So again, a 102-91 victory, and the Blazers are finally winners again. We'll talk to you next time.
See ya!